Today we are going to discuss all those biological terms that actually start with prefix glyco. तो ग्लाइको से कौन सी ऐसी बायोलॉजिकल टर्म जो स्टार्ट होती हैं उनको हम इस वीडियो में डिटेल में देखने जा रहे हैं. दिस टर्म ग्लाइको इज मोस्टली यूज फॉर समथिंग दैट इज रिलेटेड विद कार्बोहाइड्रेट दैट इज रिलेटेड विद carbohydrate. So whenever we use this term glyco, it must represent some carbohydrate. जैसा जब भी हम देखेंगे ये टर्म ग्लाइको यूज हो रही है तो इसका मतलब है कि उसका ताल्लुक कहीं ना कहीं किसी कार्बोहाइड्रेट से जरूर होगा. लाइक वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद फर्स्टली वी स्टार्ट विद ग्लाइकोजिन. ग्लाइकोजिन क्या है? इट इज अ पॉलीसेकेराइड. एंड एक्चुअली पॉलीसेकेराइड क्या है? दीज आर एक्चुअली क्लास ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट. तो from this prefix glyco we actually obtain a term that is called glycogen. And glycogen क्या है? It is a polysaccharide. तो नेक्स्ट हम आते हैं ग्लाइकोसाइलेशन की तरफ. ग्लाइकोसाइलेशन का मतलब होता है एडिशन ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट. तो कहीं भी अगर हम कार्बोहाइड्रेट कहीं ऐड कर रहे हैं किसी बायोमॉलिक्यूल पर, जैसे if we are going to form glycolipid, we are going to constitute glycoprotein, so we must add some carbohydrate oligo chain to protein to form glycoprotein, and we must add some oligo chain to lipid to form glycolipid. So this addition of carbohydrate chain to any other biomolecule is called glycosylation. So in the process of glycosylation, we actually add carbohydrate to lipid to form glycolipid, and we add carbohydrate to protein to form glycoprotein. And this important process actually take place within a organelle that is called Golgi complex. So glycosylation means addition of glucose. Similarly, if the term we use the term glycolysis. You are familiar about the term glycolysis. We know that glyco is something related with carbohydrate and lysis is actually breakdown of something. So breakdown of carbohydrate is called glycolysis. It is a literal mean. And glyco here, glyco mean a carbohydrate monosaccharide that is called sugar. And sugar particularly we used here glucose. So breakdown of glucose is called as glycolysis. Next, we are using another term that is called glycogen lysis. Glycogen lysis, this term is actually combination of two terms. One is actually glycogen and other is actually lysis. Lysis mean breakdown and glycogen mean it is a polysaccharide. So breakdown of this glycogen is called glycogenolysis. An enzyme that is involved in breakdown of glycogen is actually amylase enzyme that actually break down glycogen. So breakdown of this glycogen is called glycogenolysis, and this glycogenolysis is actually important function of some hormone that increase glucose level in our blood. They actually break down glucose, glycogen to produce more glucose. Like glucagon is a hormone that actually act on glycogen and break down glycogen to produce more glucose. So this breakdown of glycogen produce more glucose is called glycogenolysis. And one of the organelles that is involved in this process is actually lysosome. So if the enzyme that is involved in this breakdown of glycogen is missing, then what will happen? This glycogen, amount of glycogen will rise in your body cells. So if this an enzyme that actually break down glycogen that carry out glycogenolysis is missing, then this glycogen may accumulate in your body cells, especially brain cell, liver cell, and muscle cell. And this accumulation of glycogen cause a disease. That disease is called glycogenosis type 1 and type 2 disease. Type 1 and type 2. So this accumulation of glycogen, this accumulation of disease that take place due to accumulation of glycogen is called glycogenosis. Next, glycogenesis, something that is called genesis is actually synthesis, or this synthesis of glycogen is called glycogenesis. We are actually going to synthesize glycogen, and we will synthesize this glycogen by conversion of glucose into glycogen. So this synthesis of glycogen or conversion of glucose into glycogen is called as glycogenesis. There are many other terms that actually start with glyco, but here I only discuss a few terms that actually start with glyco. तो आपका बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू फॉर वाचिंग दिस वीडियो, एंड अगर आपको मुनासिब लगे तो काइंडली इसको अपने उन कोलीग तक जरूर शेयर करें जिनको जरूरत है इस तरह के मवाद। बहुत ज्यादा ख्याल रखिएगा, खुश रहिएगा, खुश रखिएगा। सी यू आफ्टर अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक।